Hey everyone, it's Freya at Spirit Healer Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me again. When I was meditating for this month's reading, my guides were kind of like happy and celebratory. So happy holidays to everyone who celebrates. And the general message for this month is about celebration. My guides were just really like happy, joyful, and it's like a victorious celebration too, was what I was getting. So celebrate the holidays, celebrate yourself, and celebrate just the unique person that you are in the world. They really want to send and hone that message into all the people that are watching these videos for the month. Celebrate. And it was like, if you're having a hard time getting to that place in your heart where you're able to celebrate who you are, with the path you've walked, with all your unique gifts, if you're having trouble getting to the place of celebrating who you are, definitely go to my details below and reach out, because that's the work that I'm being called to do for the month, is to help people get to the place where they can, for whatever reason, just appreciate, have gratitude for the journey that they've walked the earth so far, and to celebrate their unique gifts in the world. It's so important that everyone knows that they have something to contribute, and that everyone celebrate the unique spark and the unique gift of who they are on the planet. So reach out to me if you need that. Otherwise, enjoy your monthly reading. These are monthly readings. They're going to be the usual. And folks were asking me if I'm going to do a year ahead spread. And I don't know. I was listening in, and that's not what I'm being called to do. So I'll keep listening. If the impulse comes to do a year ahead spread, I'll do one. But for December, it's going to be your usual monthly reading on love and spirituality to help you walk your path in a good way. All right, enjoy. Hi, Geminis. Welcome to your reading for December 2017. This is Freya at Spirit Healer Tarot. Well, I hope you guys are holding up okay. I think you are, because your sign was the sign that the full moon went into yesterday, and Mercury is your ruling planet, and Mercury just went retrograde yesterday as well. So the Geminis I've been talking to anyway have been having a really fruitful transit the last week or so. Hopefully that's the majority of you. And I wanted to apologize so these are the cards that wanted to come for you today. It's my Motherpeace deck, and I can't find my large one. And so because these cards are so small compared to the camera ratio-wise, I'll just hold them up close to the camera when the cards come out for you, okay? So let me say my prayer, dear Gemini. I ask that the white light surround us, the light of protection, understanding, and healing. I ask that my guides come through and speak clearly this day for Gemini's understanding. May all of their intentions be heard and answered. May all of Gemini's intentions be heard and answered. And I ask that this reading be for the highest and best of all concerned. I ask this through all my teachers. What are the messages and energies for love and spirituality for the sign of Gemini in December 2017? Please show us the messages and energies for the month of December 2017 for our dear Gemini viewers. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your messages. Gemini, December 2017. think it's this one. Okay, at the bottom of the deck for you is the Seven of Discs. And that's tilted to the right, so that's the general energy for you this month. Let's see what cards come out. Let me just tune into what kind of spread they want me to do for you. All right, they want me to lay the cards out in a different format than I usually do, so let's see. First card up is the Sun, tilted to the right. Next card up, Priestess of Swords, upside down. The next card up is the Seven of Cups, also tilted to the right. The base of the matter is the Shaman of Discs, upside down. The top is the Priestess of Discs, and we're going to keep this one for your spiritual guidance card. Okay, so Seven of Discs is your guiding card for the month. This is the general energy. So some of you are looking at what you've planted, the seeds you've planted, and taking stock of the harvest at this point in time. You're not quite ready to harvest it, but you're looking at what the harvest may be. You know, how many watermelons grew from those seeds? How many of them are healthy? How many of them look like they'll come to term and bear fruit? So that's the general energy of the month for you. It's waiting, watching, assessing. Not quite ready for harvest yet. So let me see how they want me to read this spread. They just had me put the cards out in a cross fashion. What's the story that wants to come for Gemini? Okay, you're starting out the month. You're coming into the month with a really positive outlook. The Sun tilted to the right is just an abundance of positive energy. The Sun card is, to me, one of the best cards in the deck, if not the best card in the deck. The absolute best. This is about you shining in your spirit, shining in your light, and as I said in the beginning of the video, celebrating the beauty of life and who you are on the planet and living it fully in glorious and productive ways. I heard the word productive in there. So I think for Gemini, because there's so much back and forth in your thinking patterns, in your energy, sometimes you can get stymied in all the choices and all the, you know, this energy, the Seven of Cups energy, right? You can get so distracted by your many different interests that sometimes being productive is hard, or seeing the fruits of your labors is hard. I know this myself. I've got Gemini rising, so there's a sense where you're assessing your harvest this month, and you're looking at it and you're kind of going, oh, this looks really good. It's looking good. And I've been really productive in the last month, because I feel this as past energy. So October, November, coming into December, there's been a lot of productivity and a lot of ability or opportunity to have your light shine. And you've taken those opportunities, you've allowed your light to shine, and you're feeling really good coming into the month about it. Excuse me. All right, something about communication. My throat just seized up. Priestess of Swords. Okay, this is at the dead center of your reading, right? So in the very center of your reading, as you're coming in with all this creative, positive energy and light and joy, this card is here and it's upside down. So the Priestess of Swords upright is a very principled and sharp woman. She does not mince her words. She speaks directly She asks for what she wants. She's very clear in her judgments of things. In the reverse, she can be really destructive with her words, unbalanced in the way that she perceives things, and very negative in her assessment. So be careful in the middle of the month. There might be an energy coming at you, or because this is an air sign, you know, the swords are the air suit of the cards. This could be your energy, Gemini. So coming from the middle of the month, just be careful with your words. As soon as I started reading on that card, my throat seized up and I began to cough. So there might be words that you might need to get out. Think about your choice of words before you actually communicate. Because what I'm seeing is there's unbalanced energy in your communications right now. Let me just tune in for a second. What else about this Queen of Swords? Okay, I'm seeing the picture of, again, a hand over your mouth. Shh. Sometimes it is best to hold your tongue in certain situations. It's hard for Geminis, right? We like to talk and chat and gab. So just something to be mindful about. And then the Seven of Cups towards the end, I think it feels like you're going to be getting a lot of invitations, a lot of offers. Cups are emotional energy, so a lot of opportunities to play and share energy with other people. That all looks good to me. It doesn't, you know, because it's tilted to the right, it might be a little overboard with the invitations. You might be very popular this month, Gemini, so your social card will be full. I think that's a good thing for you guys. You like to be active in general, even if it's, you know, not a huge crazy party that you're going to. You like to connect with people. So the end of the month looks like there's going to be chances for connection with other energies. Now the top and the bottom of this spread is the Priestess of Wands and the Shaman of Discs in reverse. Let me just tune into what these two cards are telling me for you. And the Priestess of Swords is right in the middle. Okay. So there's some unbalanced male energy here with the King of Discs. The Shaman is the king in this deck. He's reversed. The King of Discs is usually King Midas, basically. He's the king who is the most prosperous out of all the kings in the tarot deck, right? He has all of his material needs provided for. He's really good at making money. He's very good at husbanding his kingdom, making sure things are growing. And in the reverse, let me just tune in for what it means for you at this particular time. I think for Gemini, either somehow that superpower of being able to bring money into the world is not, you're not as confident in your superpower. It's there. You are a shaman. And it's a disc card, right? But somehow you're not as confident in it. And that's pointing to an insecurity from a past wound in childhood, where either your father, most likely your father, didn't pass on that confidence to you. Your father may have been also insecure about his ability to bring in money. I don't know why I'm getting that really specific message. It's not going to resonate for all of you, but that's the message I'm getting. There's some shade or some flavor of that insecurity with money in this reading for you. And now the Priestess of Wands is right up at the top of your reading. So on some level, you are very vibrant in the month of December. People perceive you as vibrant. You are very much able to be nurturing your creative talents, making sure they're growing. So in a sense, I see this as an imbalance with your feminine and masculine energy. Your feminine energy is confident. She's passionate. She knows who she is. She's very much like this sun card. I'm sorry, I told you I would. Here's the Priestess of Wands. You know, she's walking with the animals. She's got her, is that a bouquet of roses? Something of roses, and she's got the sun above her, a rainbow. You know, she's in her element. This woman knows where she's walking towards, and she knows what she wants. She's able to manifest it. This card, if you look at that, oops, let me put it up right so you can see him. So he is in his realm here, with his animals around him and his drum in his natural setting. He's very comfortable in his realm, and it's the earth realm. He knows how to work with the earth. Upside down, your masculine is not feeling connected to that powerful earth, to the material. Again, it's about the confidence that was passed, or the lack of confidence that was energetically passed on to you from either your father or the male lineage in your line. Okay, hang on one second. Let me just... And this is also relevant for women, right? We all have masculine and feminine. So for the women out there who are listening, how comfortable are you making money? How comfortable are you handling your finances? How comfortable are you? You know, you might be really comfortable starting projects. You might be really comfortable collaborating with other people. But in the financial realm, there's something unbalanced there. So take a look at that this month. And try to balance the two of them. We've got the Priestess of Swords right in between. Now, for some of you, this could also mean that there are two people surrounding you. One has the energy of the Priestess of Wands, the other has the energy of the Shaman of Discs, and there might be caustic words happening between them. You might embody one or the other of these, and you're having words with the person on the other, who's embodying the other energy, if that makes sense. Let me just see if there's anything else that they want me to share. Okay, I think we're ready for the spiritual guidance for the month. Okay. Spiritual guidance for the month, Shaman of Cups. And it's tilted to, I think it was upside down when I pulled it. So you've got two male cards that are coming upside down. A very strong female card, feminine card up at the top. There's a healing of your masculine side that needs to happen. And you see this, you know this. I'm seeing an owl. Owls are all-knowing and all-seeing. You know that these aspects of you are here. This is almost like, you know, here's how other people may be perceiving you. as the Priestess of Wands, confident, secure, mature, really passionate in the world. And yet that doesn't come without work, because you've got unbalanced inner masculine in the Shaman of Discs, unbalanced inner masculine in the Shaman of Cups, which is the emotional realm, right? So it takes, what I'm hearing is it takes a lot of work for you to be functional and productive in the world, right? Like the Sun card. It's not an easy road for you. I was just talking earlier about the back and forth that a lot of Geminis have in making decisions, in making choices, in trying to figure out their priorities. And it can look so easy on the outside looking in to say, oh, there's so-and-so, they're so successful, they're so this, they're so great. But you know the work that it takes to balance out these unbalanced energies. So I'm seeing this as kind of like what's up at the top and what's in the unconscious down below the surface. The angel card that came for you for the month, and I just wanted to speak to this because I think it goes really well with the channeled message earlier. It's the card of joy. You know, some of us, we get the lives, we get the parents we get the lives we get, we kind of are born into circumstances, and we have to make the most of them. And I think what this is telling me is, Gemini, you should really be proud of where you've taken yourself, proud of where your life has evolved into, especially if it resonates for you that, you know, folks are seeing you as the Priestess of Wands, really productive in the outer world, really creative, really successful in the outer world. With all these unbalanced inheritances from your lineage, be very proud and take joy and take pride in the development of your life and where you've come up into this point. As you're assessing, as you're doing your assessments, sorry about that. We've got traffic coming through the house. As you're doing your assessments of your harvest, you know, give yourself a pat on the back, be joyful in seeing the fruits of your labors. Take it all the way back to the very beginning when the first seed was planted. For some of you, it may be years when the first thought came, oh, I'd really like to do X, Y, or Z. And here you are, as the Priestess of Wands in the world, really showing who you are and walking your path, walking it with integrity, walking it with pride, despite all the things that you've had to go through. And so celebrate that, celebrate the holidays. Be careful of overindulging, but in general, December looks like a really amazing month for you. Let me pull some further assistance from the Love Letters to Earth Oracle deck by Nicole, Adriana, Casanova. If you haven't worked with this deck yet and you're also a healer, tarot reader, I highly recommend it. These sacred geometry symbols are infused with Reiki light. So let's see which one of them wants to come for Gemini as they navigate through this world for December 2017. Please show us. Interesting. Okay. You got the card of study. And for me, I think this is referring to these cards down here. Studying the places where your energies are unbalanced and you're able to turn it around, but study those old wounds, study those old patterns that may be affecting your ability to be productive in the world. It's a beautiful card. Yeah, it's about self. It's about, sorry, not about self. It's about study. Move it closer so that the light emanates from the card. So, like I said, these symbols, these sacred geometry patterns are infused with Reiki light and other healing energies. So how I use it is I just hold it in front of me and I allow the light pattern to infuse my energy field with its vibration. So I take it into the crown of my head. Sometimes I imagine that it's as large as a human body and it just envelops my energy field. Let me read what study is for you this month. Study. Sorry, I'll try to hold it still. Study. Inspiration is a reasonable clue for where you might want to focus your attention. But never be too hasty to become a master of what you're learning. Deeper study will prime you to share your interests through embodiment, so look again before taking action. Consult someone you know and trust to guide you in your studies. What is the situation you find yourself in telling you about yourself? Observe it before acting. Lovely. Well, that's what we were talking about, wasn't it? I'll read it again. Study. Inspiration is a reasonable clue for where you might want to focus your attention, but never be too hasty to become a master of what you're learning. Deeper study will prime you to share your interests through embodiment. So look again before taking action. Consult someone you know and trust to guide you in your studies. What is the situation you find yourself in telling you about yourself? Observe before acting. Okay, so I'll hold it up again in a second. I just wanted to share how, in my mind, that relates to your reading. So you've got the Priestess of Swords right at the very center, which is like I said, the sharp words, the sharp tongue, the really destructive communication that sometimes this energy can embody. And all the air signs can do that, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What this is telling me is observe the reasons behind those sharp words. What are the insecurities in both the material world and the emotional world that your lineage may have passed on to you? What's the wounding there? What are the things that are causing you to feel like you need to be so sharp? And use what you learn in your examination. So this is about self-study. Use what you learn in your examination to choose the right course of action, bearing in mind that this is how you want to feel, and bearing in mind that this is how you want to feel. You want to shine your light. You want to be creative, passionate, a knower of the self, a really generative individual out in the world, right? Someone who caretakes, stewards the land, the animals, the people you're in relationship with. There are many choices, many ways in which you can react in these situations that test you. For each of them, so when you find yourself getting really triggered this month, go in and study what are the triggers that are being brought to the surface right now, and what are my options? how do I heal this? How can I heal this? I hope that makes sense. Let me hold the card up again. And if it doesn't resonate for you, take a look at the card. Let the energy into you. I'll hold it up for a few minutes and I'll read this again. And just see what inspiration you get. Study. Inspiration is a reasonable clue for where you might want to focus your attention, but never be too hasty to become a master of what you're learning. Deeper study will prime you to share your interests through embodiment, so look again before taking action. Consult someone you know and trust to guide you in your studies. What is the situation you find yourself in telling you about yourself? Observe before acting. All right, Gemini. May you have a productive, joyful month. I hope you're able to enjoy yourself. And I will see you in the beginning of the year. Take care. Namaste.